Hello, my name is Marlise Bullinger, and I'm going to be doing my topic presentation on coir. Coir is a natural plant fiber that comes from the husk of the coconut fruit. It is originated from the India region, and coconuts have been mentioned in history as early as the 3rd century for their many uses. The coconut tree is very commonly referred to for its many uses, but coir specifically was mentioned as early as the 11th and 13th centuries AD. The fiber production for coir is, and still is, has been very intensive. There are many things that go into it. In order to make quality coir, the coconut must be at the prime time for picking. The best time for harvesting is 10 months. After being picked, the coconuts have their husk removed. The husk is placed to soak. Depending on the kind of coir desired, the soaking lengths vary. For example, brown coir can be harvested and used very quickly, while white coir may be stored longer. This soaking is called retting. Depending on the end use, salt water or fresh water are used for retting and have different benefits. The soak in salt water will result in a stronger coir. During the retting time, the coir will absorb the salt in the water. If the end result is to be used for hydroponic or gardening, it is important to use freshwater coir since the salt content that will be absorbed into the coir can damage plants. And then storing coir after and during that time of soaking is very important. Prior to modern chemicals, it would be treated in just salt water and just try to keep away from any pathogens or pests, but in more modern years we have chemicals or even steam to help sanitize the coir fibers. The fibers are then rolled to create a yarn. In 1950, industrialization led to husky machines which could process 200 coconuts per hour. This impacted the industry and made coir less time demanding to process. However, hand processing does tend to yield a superior coir fiber. The properties. Coir is a seed fiber made from the outer shell of the coconut. You can kind of see here is the coconut, and then this would be what the coir is made out of, this husk shell. And it has lignin and cellulose makeup. Each strand can be approximately 10 to 30 centimeters or 4 to 12 inches. The fibers are very lightweight. They can be both brittle and elastic, depending on how they're processed. It can also be stronger or weaker, again, resulting on the process. As mentioned before, the salt water can help make it very strong. And if you look in this image right here of just some fibers, you can see how they have a curl to them. And so they have from the natural shape of the plant fiber itself. And those are the best properties that I could find about what make up coir. There are many uses for coir. Historically, coir was mostly used for like ropes to help with rigging and the bindings on ships or on carts, in place of nails or other items like that. And then it can also be used for bristles for brushes or scrubbers, and we see that in this image over here as well. It can be used for these bristles in the scrubbers. It can be woven into mats. It can also be used in gardening to make the pots. They can be used to make fish nets as well, and cording, as mentioned, is historically still used for marine cording and fish nets. And it can be used as a soil amendment. A soil amendment is something added to the soil to help aerate the soil and to withhold moisture into the soil. Therefore, it uses less. And then it can also be used in hydroponic gardening as a soil replacement. And this is my list of citations, and this is the link for my presentation. Thank you so much for watching.